Hello again. Further winds blow from Urizen today, but this time from Spiral. Available light. Forced to flee Morrow, the Druge may finally be on the back foot, but it appears they are not out of tricks just yet. 3 weeks after the winter solstice, give or take, a massive force of Druge comes south through the Twilight Gate into Spiral. An estimated 30,000 or more march down through the wide path into Ossuary. In the vanguard, the army of the Twisted Basilisk, baleful staring lizards fluttering in the winter winds. Their strategy is very different to that employed in Zenith and Morrow. Their advance is cautious, measured, alert for danger. They seem to have little time for terrorizing their foes. They move quickly and with purpose. Any who stand against them are cut down quickly and efficiently without mercy. They barely bother to torture anyone. They bypass entire spires, only pausing to put them to the torch if the defenders try to slow their advance. Every night, they light great rings of torches and campfires that burn across the mountainsides, and from dusk till dawn the discordant music of heavy drums and eerie skirling bone pipes can be heard for miles around. Their first target is the Legacy. There is little warning of their presence, but the order to evacuate is quickly given. Some attempt is made to save the Mithril, but the conditions in Spiral make it difficult to move the precious ore quickly. The defenders do their best, but they cannot hope to stand against such a force of orcs. The mine is quickly overrun. The bounty of Mithril claimed by the orcs before it can be transported more than a handful of miles south. The orcs do not break their advance. They break into two forces. The smaller force quickly brings the whole of Ossuary under their normal control. The larger force presses south into Screed. They are even more cautious here, but again they are unopposed. They quickly claim the entire region, including the Black Plateau itself. Still, they are not done. While the main part of their force consolidates their gains, perhaps 10,000 orcs continue south into Apolis. Here their advance begins to slow somewhat, but not before they have managed to claim almost all the land the Empire had liberated from the Grendel. The town of Apulian remains in Imperial hands, but only just. The Druge are camped no more than a handful of miles from their walls. The Imperial defenders, who those spires working to restore the town to some semblance of normality, are trapped between the unknown and the known, between the Devil and the deep blue sea. Their Heliopticon tower is still intact, but they know they have no chance to hold out against the orcs should they continue their attack. The Druge are mortal, however, and as such, they are prey to the terrible emanation of the Black Plateau. There are numerous reports of madness and violence in their ranks, of soldiers impaled on spikes for insubordination, of bands of scouts turning on each other, of warbands breaking for no reason and fleeing screaming into the darkness. There is little doubt that the Druge are unprepared for the madness that flows outward from Screed, which makes their presence so much harder to explain. Reports also come in of Druge scouts all over the territory, watching, evaluating, considering. They do not get too close to the construction effort in Kinneon, but they cannot have failed to mark the construction of the block, nor the work that had gone into the restoring the Heliopticon. For now, though, they seem to have little interest in disrupting either project. Again, an attitude that seems very much at odds with their usual rapacious hunger for destruction and despair. Finally, As the spring equinox approaches, reports come from Spiral that the Druge are performing rituals at the site of the Black Plateau. At first, there is a very real fear that the Orc magicians are using some dark sorcery to make the situation in Spiral even worse. And in a way they are, but not in the way many fear. By report of the magicians of Arisen, it seems the Druge are working spring magic, bringing to bear curses on the territory. So far, they have lain a festering blight in the waters and summoned catastrophic weather. It remains to be seen if they have more in mind. Whatever has caused this change of tactics by the Druge remains shrouded in mystery. Whatever their goal here, if the defeat in Morrow signals the end of the Druge's attempt to invade Arisen, then clearly they have not got the message yet.